to Stefan. Stefan, you are in a moment. Let's see. You're unmuted. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Hello, people. My name is Stefan. I'm an alcoholic. My sobriety date is November the 17th, 2008. So I've done 1 or 2 days not drinking. I'm going to go through my story as it applies to the recovery. I've told my story a few times. I try not to give a drink-a-log or anything like that, because I'm quite sure all you guys out there could do better drinking than I ever did. But here we go. I actually started drinking when I was about 12. I got stoned before I got drunk. From the age of 12 to 11 years ago, I put something in my system every day. I can't actually say that I was sober once for that amount of years of drinking. Am I proud of that? No, but it was a bloody good ride. I really enjoyed it. If you have decided you want what we have and you are willing to go to any length to get it, then you are ready to take certain steps. Personally, I think coming into the rooms is your first step. The other 12 steps are there only to keep you not sober, but sober. If you haven't got a sponsor, please get one. I mean, I'm not going to nag anyone about what it's all about and everything like that. But as I said, I'm going to tell my story through the steps. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol and our lives had become unmanageable. I didn't think my life was unmanageable until one day I got a phone call from someone and I decided to go out and take an overdose. I'm very fortunate that I got I never went through DTs or anything like that. I was put in a coma for 3 days to get rid of all my alcohol. So I was quite fortunate that I've never actually gone through any of the pain that I'm quite sure quite a lot of you have gone through. I'm very fortunate with that. As I said, I didn't realize my life was powerless until, you know, I woke up in a hospital bed thinking, like, what the hell am I doing here? I shouldn't be here. And then I realized how powerless I was over everything, not just alcohol. I was powerless over just waking up in the morning. So I know, as I said, I know that I was powerless. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. I don't know what sanity is. I mean, sanity for me is not necessarily what sanity is for someone else, but coming in and out of the rooms, I've gained a little bit of insight into sanity. Sort of came to believe is really difficult for me. I'm not a religious person. I never have been, never will be, but I am spiritual, and it's coming into the rooms and talking to you guys and having a sponsor and everything like that that has got me spiritual. This number 3 is a doozy. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God. If I had a problem with number 2, I definitely had a problem with number 3. I was very fortunate that my sponsor said the care of God, the will, let's see, let's have a look. The will of our lives and everything like that. He said it's thoughts and actions. It's your thoughts and actions that get you through the day. If you think of a drink, the next action is picking up the phone to talk to someone. You know, that's your will and that's your life. So I initially got through step 3 by doing that. If I got a bad thought, I connected to someone. I still have to do that. I still have to I pick the big book up every day, and I pick up the 12 and 12 every day. Every time I pick them up, I find something different, and I know that I am different every day. Step 4 was really easy for me, you know, made a searching and feels inventory of yourselves. That was really easy. I'm not going to sound crazy, which even though I am. My sponsor gave me a date. He gave me all the paperwork that I needed, the lists and everything like that. And he said, right, you've got a week to do this. So I said, excuse me? He said, yeah, how sober do you want to keep? Or how sober do you want to be? He's gone, all the time that you're carrying all the resentments and everything like that, that I was carrying with me. And trust me, I had a huge amount of resentments. So he gave me a week. Did I call him every day? Yes, I called him every day, not just once, but about 20 times a day. Am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? He said, just put it on paper and then we go through it. There's nothing right and nothing wrong about it. Just do the columns, fill in the columns. It's all about you, which we all know it's not really about us, is it? So, and then admitted to God, to someone else. I could admit it to me and to God, not a problem, because I could sit in the toilet and do that. I can sit in the toilet and speak to God, and, you know, and do go through all my resentments and my lists and everything like that. But sharing it with someone else, you know, that I don't know about you. It took me 2 days with my sponsor. It took us 16 bloody hours. 16 hours to just to go through about 5 or 6 pages of writing. And at the end of it, he shared some of his stuff with me, and I thought I was a saint. I thought, geez, if his are that bad, wow, I'm a saint. And he gave me a list. He gave me a list after my 5th step, with all the things that he thought that I should work on. The list was as big as a telephone book. It was huge. And like, you know, it's like, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. I had a really big elephant to get through. So, like, you know, but it was good. I'm glad I got the list. It pointed me in a lot of right directions. We're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. As I said, I've got a really big list, and it's like, wow, how am I going to get rid of all these defects of character? I'm not even ready to get rid of them. So that's where number 7 comes in. You humbly asked him to help him remove your shortcomings. Sorry, I'm an alcoholic. I'm not very humble. You know, I've got the biggest head in the world. It's all about me. I'm not going to ask anyone for help. Although I've got to step 7, and I'm still like, okay, I've still got this God thing to handle. I've still got all my defects and everything like that to handle, and whatever. And then, you know, you come to number 8, and you have to make another bloody list. I'm like, come on, look, I'm not going to school making all this writing and everything like that. But, you know, and it's made a list of people that I'm willing to make amends to. Oh dear, I'm going to have to make amends to all these people. That was really, really difficult to me. The first amends I made to, I know I should have made it to myself, but I didn't. I made it to my boss, because, you know, I'd worked for them for quite a few years, and I'd stole a lot, although, you know, I was going out and doing hair shows and stuff like that, but I was taking the products out of work and using that. So and my sponsor actually drove me to where I worked at the time, and he sat out in his car to make sure that I actually did it, because I don't know about you guys, but, you know, I don't like admitting that I'm wrong. But, you know, sitting in with someone and actually explaining to them what I'm doing, and explaining to them that it's not about me, it's about them. I try not to use the word sorry anymore, because I'm really not. I mean, the amount of times that we use sorry, and we're not sorry at all. So I try not to use the word sorry unless I really mean it. But then again, you know, I try not to tread on people's toes as well, if I can. One of my biggest amends was to my youngest daughter. I hadn't spoken to my youngest daughter for like 9 years. And as the big book says, the best way to do it is face to face. So a few years back, I was in London, and I did it then. It was really amazing, amazing feeling, sort of being accepted. You know, I've done a lot of bad things, but that was the biggest one for me, is doing that amends to my youngest daughter. And then we come to continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. Again, I have to admit that I'm wrong. Wow. And promptly, I have to promptly admit it. Can't I leave it for 2 or 3 weeks and then take another 4th step and a 5th step so I don't have to do it again? But number 10 is something I do every day. I mean, I do it millions of times. I mean, I try and do the steps, all 12 steps every day if I can. Sometimes I fall short, but you know, that's why I go to meetings. That's why I speak to people and stuff like that, because I need to be pulled up by my shirt tail sometimes and say, like, you need to get your ass in gear. So, I mean, like, you know, so if I do tread on people's toes, which I try and not to, I make sure that I go to bed every night without having those resentments. Because if I don't go to bed every night without those resentments, I don't know about you guys, but it really nags me. It really nags me. So if I haven't made those amends, I've got to make them the next day. Otherwise it's going to really, really bug me. Now, number 11 for me, I don't know about you guys, but I only read half of it. I didn't read the whole half of it, but I'm going to read it out. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we know it. I read that, but then the other bit I didn't. Praying knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. I thought, okay, so all I've got to do is pray that I'm going to do everything right and everything like that. And it's all about me. It's all about me. And then it says, praying only for the knowledge of his will, not my will. I thought it was all about me. I didn't know that I had to ask him to give me a hand every day. And I don't know about you, but I can remember when I first got sober, I used to get in my car and I used to drive to work, and I used to pray to him or her upstairs. Okay, just help me get through the day. Help me get through the day, because I know when I used to go to work, I used to think, right, this is like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm driving to work, and I'm thinking, right, okay, can it be 7 o'clock at night so I can go and get my first drink? You know, I never went to work. Although I went to work to go to work, I also went to work to go for a drink after work. So I got used to asking him, just point me in the right direction, point me where I need to go, because my will don't work. I mean, my will got me into the rooms, and it's only his will that actually helped me out. And then step 12, having had a spiritual awakening, and as a result of these steps, we carried this message to alcoholics and practiced these principles in all our affairs. I like step 12. I like sharing, you know, what AA is all about. AA is all about getting your sanity back. As I said, I don't think I'm that sane, but I can't remember the last time I thought about having a drink, you know, not of alcohol anyway. I can't remember the last time I did that. That bit of insanity has been taken out of me. And it wasn't me that wanted to have it taken away, because like if I had my way, I'd still be out there rocking and rolling. But I know for a fact that there's only one way for me to go if I go out rocking and rolling, and that's in a pine box. So I know that I have to make sure that I keep my feet on the ground and my head not up my backside, but like, you know, coming in and out of meetings. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't know what a spiritual awakening was. And my sponsor turned around to me and said, do you get up every day and you're happy and stuff like that? I've gone, yeah. So isn't that a spiritual awakening? Every day actually waking up and feeling human and knowing that, you know, you're going to get through a whole day without sort of shaking or anything like that. So, you know, this program for me has taken me to so many places that I thought I would never go. Good places, not bad places. You know, it's given me my family back, for one, which I'm not really a family man, but it's given me my family back. I'm a granddad now, and like, you know, my grandchild is only like 4 months old, and my daughter is excited that, you know, I can see her. But if it wasn't for the program, there's no way in a million years I'd be able to see my granddaughter. I know it's really short, but you know, that's my story. And as I said, I like to live in recovery. I don't like to live in the past. The now is so much more important than the yesterday and tomorrow. I know it's really difficult for me anyway to live in the now, but it makes my life so much easier, especially at the time. The world at the moment is crazy. You know, and it's really amazing that there aren't more people out there getting drunk and getting sober. And as I said, I got to the doors of AA through drugs, basically. Even though I didn't think I was an alcoholic, I thought I was just a heavy drinker, and like I didn't realize how much of an alcoholic I was until I came into the rooms, and I realized that I was only a light drinker. Everyone else was worse than me. That's not true, but that's basically it. Hopefully you got something out of that. Stefan, alcoholic. Thank you.
Thanks, Stefan. Stefan.